What's up, partner? What's up? Why you smiling at me? I just asked you a question. What you need? What do you need?
Oh no, I'm just walking.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
I don't think they can hear you. The Jaguar section, okay.
See the F-Type. See the Land Range Rover Sport. I also want to see the Battle because I've never seen that in person. And yeah, we'll check out some more things.
Greater Milwaukee International Car and Truck Show. Okay. That's what?
The AR scavenger. It looks pretty fun. I'm gonna try this out maybe later. But let's get to the Land Rover section.
So in this part, you're about to see something very interesting.
What's up, partner? What's up? Why you smiling at me? I just asked you a question. What you need? What do you need?
Oh no, I'm just walking.
Where's your ticket?
Oh, I just paid over there.
They ain't give you no stamp?
Alright, so it was all just a misunderstanding and things went out well. I just needed a stamp. I didn't get a stamp from the lady, which is okay. And that's not gonna stop me from making this video. Yeah, it's not the most comfortable, but I mean, it's something. It isn't the most comfortable thing, but I mean, it's not terrible. I think I can make it work, but I can't really adjust the seat. Some cars will let you like adjust the seat when it's off, but this one really doesn't. The screen is nice, but it seems to be too small. Which I don't know why this display is like much bigger, but I guess the driver's gonna depend on this more than this. But I only wish if the screen was a little bigger, because I don't like this small. I like the sunroof, very nice. I also like this. It's very clean looking, but I mean it's not something I would prefer. And the steering wheel design alone is good. I like a lot of the dials you got here. It's like very minimalist, but I like minimalist, so I give this an A+. But in terms of comfort, I think it could be a little better, but at the same time, the car's not really on, so I can't really adjust it, so But I guess mom and dad were wrong. The chairs seems pretty nice. I really like the design of the chairs.
Is it leather?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
that's
leather
probably.
seats. It's a luxury car. Of course.
Is it?
Yeah.
That don't look like a luxury car.
Well,
You said what?
the whole trim. I like the rims on that.
Oh, black leather. That looks pretty though, to be honest. Never seen black leather. Okay. Can we already see this one? Huh?
We were looking at the sports.
Oh.
This is the What I don't get is the sport only has 5 seats, which doesn't make sense because it looks like it's compatible for 7. This. Still, I wish there was a little bit more cars, but I'm looking forward to seeing the C8 Corvette and maybe more of the exotics, and then the new Ford Mach-E. I want to really see that. So let's continue.
Is it
looking.
here?
Yeah.
Oh, then let's go. Let's go see all the new cars.
Well, let's start off with the bottom floor because that's on the 3rd.
Okay. The what?
The MKZ.
Okay. Okay, what else?
We actually discontinued this.
So is this like limited edition?
No, they just don't make them anymore. You
Oh.
can still find them, but they just don't make them anymore. 'Cause-
Why?
Well, Americans don't want to buy small cars anymore. Everyone wants to get those big SUVs. So, it really just makes sense. Plus, you can't be just spending money on these things.
Is this a Japanese car or what is it?
It's an American luxury car.
Oh,
It's-
then that explains.
Yeah.
A lot of people are buying Asian cars, right? Like cars that are not made in the USA anymore, right? Is that why? Is that part of the reason why they don't?
Well, no. Well, here is the thing. So, Americans are not buying sedans as much anymore. So those American brands decided to like put an end on their whole sedan lineup. Well, most of their sedan lineup, because I mean Americans aren't buying anymore. What's the point? And those Japanese brands you see that are still making them, you know, they sell their cars internationally. So even though people aren't buying it here, you still have people buying it in Japan. So, I mean, that's one thing to consider. That's why Mercedes still makes their sedans, because they're German.
Interesting.
Yeah. I really like the interior in this car, but I also feel like it's like a little outdated now that I sit in it. Because I don't like how the screen looks like it is. I like the screen in the Corsair, which we're about to look at, in the Aviator. Because they have a screen that comes up like this. And then I also like this display, though I wish it was like more expanded. And it has like, the problem with this display is it has all these like little round edges to it. It has these round trims, which I don't really like. I wish it was just a flat display like in the Corsair and the Aviator. The steering wheel looks a little bit old. It looks like the MKT. This is what the MKT used to have, this type of steering wheel. But I do like a lot of the technology in this vehicle because it looks very nice. And so yeah, that's about it. But, oh, and one thing to point out is this car comes with park assist, which I'll show you pretty soon because I can't really show you. I can't really drive around, but when I come out with the Ford Explorer video coming soon, I mean, I don't have an exact date, but once that comes out, then I'll show you those little aspects you guys want to check out. So yeah. It's a little hard for me to come out because I'm very tall, so that's another reason why Americans don't buy this thing. It's terrible. But this looks like, I mean, it was just borrowed from its old brother and sister, like the previous generation, which is terrible. It's okay.
Okay.
Now it's gone now, so we don't have to worry about it anymore.
The Continental.
So this is the Lincoln Continental. I really like this one. This is like the flagship luxury sedan, but it's very small at the same time. And what I also like is this part. Instead of like a normal knob, this is like, you know, it opens electric wise. See, when you open it, it clicks open. It doesn't open like your usual car where you have to actually pull it. Like that. Something I like. And the seats are pretty nice. They come with the massage option. I believe it's a 22-way seating for, I guess, the more up trim levels, but I don't think this is the black label. I think this is more. So. Yeah, it looks really nice. Also like a lot of the rims they're going for, but what I like most about Lincoln is that they don't do too much sporty luxury cars. They like to keep it simple, casual luxury cars that you can feel a lot of comfort while riding in them. So I think that's a beautiful message they're trying to show with a lot of their vehicles, which is something, I mean, I think they should keep going with, because a lot of these luxury cars don't offer such of those things, and mostly the customers who are buying this are mostly like old people, maybe retiring. But I mean, a lot of other Americans are considering luxury cars too. So, but if you want a classic and smooth, comfortable luxury car, you should go for Lincoln. All right. This is the Lincoln Aviator. This is one of my favorite Lincolns, and this is the Lincoln I always wanted to see since I never got to actually sit and feel how it felt to be inside the Lincoln Aviator. A lot of these cars I've never seen in person, but I just know facts about. So let's go check it out. A lot of the triple back here and how the light design is. I also like how it says Lincoln right here. And it's bold lettering, but it doesn't tell you what type of car it is. And it slowly came on as you see as they open the doors. But that was really nice. This is how the trunk looks like for the Lincoln Aviator. The car looks very nice, and instead of pulling the seats up, a lot of cars offer this feature. Come check it out. So here's the button where you mostly control the seats. So if you want to lift them up, you just go like this, and they slowly roll up. Now I know that's not the most interesting thing, but I mean, I never really mentioned this feature in a lot of my videos, so I thought it'd be just smart to add it on because you guys never heard me say or mention any of these things. So let's go on to... So we're gonna start off here, the second row, and then we're gonna move on to the back, the third row, to show you how it really feels, because a lot of customers who are buying this are mostly families, big families, or families just looking for something for their children. So they might want the best. So this is another Lincoln Aviator. This is more of a lower trim level. That was a black label. So the black label is for like people who want something with more luxury. And this is the reserve, so this is a little less, but it still keeps that luxury theme going that Lincoln used to have. Like I said before, I didn't like the MKZ because it didn't have a certain display. So this is the display I usually prefer. This is how a car should look. This car is very luxurious, and I like the display here. Like, this is how I would expect the car to look, and I like how responsive it is. It may not be as responsive as your telephone, but it gets through apps quickly. There's many options to this vehicle. This vehicle unfortunately does not have the massage seating, but it does come with some selective features. And I like how welcoming it is. Like when you close the door or open the door, a little display comes on with the clouds and stuff, which is something I really like. Yeah. This is the Cadillac section. We're just at the Lincoln section, but This is the CT5.
CT5.
Yes, this is the turbo model. So this comes with the twin turbo. Oh, this one's locked. Oh, it has this really And this is the luxury model. Yeah, so I really like it. And it has the dual sunroof.
Sunroof.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the XT6. This is the new mid-size luxury sedan from Cadillac. This one they just featured. So this comes with the about sound system. This is the upgraded sound system. So this is also the luxury model. So you get a lot of the higher end pieces. So you get the blind spot, you get the pre-collision warning, lane assist, I believe so. And it's a really refined SUV. I really like a lot of the design language Cadillac goes for. They have a lot of this, a lot of design that says V all over. So you can see a lot of the symbols with V. Like pretty much this bottom portion of the Cadillac logo you can see throughout the screen. Like the screen has that same design. Right here has the same design. And I really like a lot of the design language Cadillac is going for. This is also a 3-row SUV, so this is compatible for big families. It has a really nice interior. Has a sunroof. So let me get here. It is similar to the one in the Lincoln, but the thing is with this one, it's not as good as the Lincoln one. See, you would expect the button to be right here, which I thought, but it's actually right here in this corner. So it's harder to see, but you just pretty much push down and the seat will go down, but right now the car is off, which kind of concerns me because say a parent is inside the house and they unlock the car and they want the kids to go in, it doesn't seem like the car is gonna push down unless this thing doesn't have a battery inside of it, but I'm a little concerned about that one. So same situation here. I mean, a lot of cars offer this. This isn't something too interesting, but it's much smaller than the Escalade, the big brother over there. So, it's a really nice SUV, but I prefer the Aviator better because the Aviator offers much more features. But technology-wise, you would have to go with the Cadillac because it's also an It's probably the only American SUV that would offer night vision, which is an interesting tool. I don't see why you would use it, but I guess some people prefer that. All right, so now let's go to the Escalade.
This is a huge car. Somebody's in the air to jump it off.
The Cadillac Escalade. Probably the biggest Cadillac you can buy this thing. In terms of SUVs, there's also the CT6, but I'm pretty sure the Cadillac ESV is much bigger. By the way, there's this is the ESV, the long wheelbase, and that would be the short wheelbase, the Cadillac Escalade. So, in here we have the Cadillac Escalade. It's a pretty big SUV. This thing can go up to 100 grand, which is pretty expensive, but this is more of the luxury model, so it could be about maybe between 80 grand to 90 grand. And this is a sport model, so it comes with the sport package. And I kind of like this SUV, but I hate this. But they got rid of it for the new model year, so I'm really excited about that. And the screen, now that I look at it, it's very small. So, but they still Cadillac went for this much bigger OLED screen that spreads from here to there, and it's integrated into the dashboard and the center console and everything. It's very nice, and it has probably the best graphics on the vehicle, probably the whole entire industry. But I'm kind of sad they didn't bring that here to the car show this year. But this is the previous gen now, since the new generation's coming out pretty soon. So I'm excited about that. This is a pretty comfortable SUV. This has a much smaller sunroof. That's why I kind of hate this generation for that, because it has this much smaller sunroof, so you only get it in the front part, you don't really get it to the second row. But I mean, Cadillac made up for that for the new generation. So yeah, you know, a lot of the Tahoes and Escalades, they have this big V8. So yeah. So this SUV right here is the Lincoln Navigator. This is the black label. No, this is actually the reserve, because the black label doesn't offer the black rims and stuff like that. So this is with the new package that Lincoln has offered, where it gives you the black rims and then the black grills. You can also get a white grill version with a white grill if you go with the white interior, or a white interior. But I really like this SUV. This is probably my second favorite SUV after the Lincoln Aviator. But this one is a very comfortable SUV. So this thing comes with a lot of features. This offers the massage seating and the ability to adjust more of the seat. So this is where you can adjust the seats. So you can adjust the headrest, bring it up, bring it down closer to you. So actually move the seat up. You can also adjust the bolsters.
What's the bolsters? Oh.
Right here.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't seem to move. But the headrest, it gets adjusted too. You can bring it up, down, back, forward. You can bring this back and forward, but every car offers that. Up, down. But this is where you can really do all the real adjusting. And the display seems really nice. I like a lot of the wood trim with the black part. And I think this has the upgraded stereo system. So yeah. 550. This is Mercedes sort of shorter wheelbase flagship sedan. I really like this one. So this one comes with a lot of comfortable features. I guess this also comes with the scenting feature where it scents the vehicle. That's why it smells sort of like your grandfather. I like a lot of the trim around this. Mercedes offers this giant screen, this 12.1-inch display. I like a lot of the clock, the ability to adjust the fan. I also like this feature right here that they offer in most of their vehicles. The steering wheel looks very nice with this trim. I like a lot of this wooden trim. I mean, from online it didn't really look good, but now that I'm sitting in it, it looks really nice. It feels very luxurious.
Huh?
Said this is the Harley Davidson GMC Sierra. This is like really nice. This is the new one they came out with. that Tyler created. I don't know why they created it because it was kind of pointless creating it anyways. And then they had the soup roll, which is probably something.
Oh,
I was trying to get in there so that you could get in the picture too. Okay, tell them
Hey.
wish they could be here and hi mom, all of that kind of stuff.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
This your brother? This is Minnie's new electric model. I like this one. I'm looking forward to seeing this one. It's really nice. There's different ones. It's really cool. And it has probably the best display. Because the rest of them, they come with those old analog displays. But this is more digital. And this comes with an actual screen. Compared to the rest of those, they stick with the old fashioned, which kind of seems outdated, but I wish we got to see the Dodge Charger and the C8 Corvette, but we didn't, which is okay. But I'm looking forward to next year. It's gonna be a lot better, and the video will probably be much more detailed. But this year, there's a lot of videos coming. I'm looking forward to the summer because that's when I'm really gonna get active into making videos. So I just thought I'd just drop something right now so that I didn't keep the viewers waiting. So, yeah, that's it for today's video.
Okay.
Alright, so please like, subscribe, comment what you like about the show. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.